Hey guys, welcome back to Werner Farms. We'll be talking about the 4430 here and probably next week's video sometime, I'm guessing. As you can see, we actually have everything out of the combine, give or take, for the most part. You can see we got the Starfire 3000 out. We still got to get the monitor bracket out. A lot of these are just cables for the auto steer, really. Couple of these are actually for the header, so for the header control. Actually, this is our chip for the combine. Not quite sure what brand it is. Dad thinks it's a Bully Dog, so it's a 10-20-30 switch, so it's just a toggle switch here. So there you go. We actually had it on a 30% boost, I believe, so it was pushing just under 400 horse. So yep, 8530's out here. Was gonna wash it yesterday, but there's an issue with the pressure washer we gotta look at, so we're gonna work on that before I can wash it. And plus this probably won't make it out of the shop just yet. Gonna do a couple of things on it probably here. 9650 still here, obviously. That probably won't go away till maybe this weekend. Maybe, if not next week, depending on the weather, really. Haven't gotten any corn lately. I've gotten about 14 boxes of beans, I think, yesterday we did. Or the day before. Mostly 2.7s, 2.3s, got a couple 1.9s in here. Got actually some of our double crop beans in. We actually order ourselves, just on our order, for our seed invoice for the farm. We actually order our double crop beans on our invoice for the spring. That way we have them. I mean, you can order beans obviously whenever, but we just order them then because of the discounts. So that way we have them here and we're not waiting on them. So not our wagon. I know probably all of you guys are going to be like, wait, when did you get a wagon? We've actually I think we have, what, 1 or 2 wagons. Neighbors use them for our screenings. That's not ours, that's a neighbor's wagon actually. He brought it over here to get screenings. So if you want to know what screenings are, it's basically the red fuzz and any of the ground corn that gets sucked out of the dryer, because we actually have a clean air or clean vac system coming off the dryer between the dryer and the leg. Obviously at some point here I'm going to do a whole tour of that, because I know a lot of you guys have been asking, what's your grain setup like? I'll do a little bit better of a video on it, since I've actually done a video on it, but I'll take the time and do a better one on that. So a little bit different in here since the last time we've been in here. So as you can see, we got the drywall hung, and we actually did the ceiling also. Obviously we didn't mud it though. We didn't really want to mud it, nor did we really want to hang it, but when you actually have the lift rented and everything the day before, and issues arise, and we ended up doing it, so no big deal. We ended up hanging the walls and the ceiling, and the guy came in and they went through and mudded it and sanded it and primed it and painted the ceiling. So the ceiling's done in both rooms. Actually in here, we went ahead and had him spray the OSB in here. The ceiling's done in here also in the bathroom. Just the walls are primed. Eventually here, probably, we actually don't have the paint for this room yet. Well, actually, depending on what we decide to paint in here, we actually do have the paint, but if we decide to change the color, we don't have the paint. So but yeah, hot water heater goes here, door is going here, probably I think a bifold door, and shelves. So basically just a little storage closet. That's why we didn't really care about really finishing this too well. That way we just spray the OSB and be done with it, because really this isn't going to be a high traffic area or anything, so it doesn't have to really look that nice. So toilet, vanity, nothing too, Wild. In here, like I've discussed before, if you guys want to know really what's going to go on in here, just check out the previous office videos. I'll actually put all these in a playlist here, that way they're easier to follow by. So what's new also, you can see we got one of the ceiling fans up. Well, actually we have two, but the one in here, there's only going to be one in here. Then the lights, that light is wired, but it's not on this switch because it doesn't go on this switch. That's actually on its own switch. This is on a dimmer switch, but the dimmer switch does not work for the LEDs. It's actually kind of funny. We actually got to get a different dimmer switch, I guess, for the LEDs. Yeah. So that's what it does when you dim the lights. So, but the reason why we have these on a dimmer switch is because if we want to, I don't know, when we're hosting meetings in here and we want to throw something up on the TV just to make things easier to see, we'll dim the lights a little bit, that way you can see it better. We're also thinking of having like a drop down or pull down projector screen in here, that way, because we do have like an Epson, a very, very nice, I think it's like a 4K Epson projector. So if we wanted to have like two screens going, we could bring that down and dim the lights also and have that shot up here as well. So that's always a possible idea. Obviously, if we want to do that, we'll just add that later. So, but anyways, kitchen, as far as that goes, cabinets are going to be made here very soon for that. For the floor, as you can see, it's still concrete. The plan is for that is to have somebody come in and do something for that. We're going to talk with a neighbor about, since they do something for the floors. I'm not entirely sure what they, or what their side job is on that, but all I know is that they do a really good job, so we're talking with them about it. Basically, we want something that holds up to all the scratches and the sand, you know, like when you're sliding your chairs, over the floors where there's sand or anything, like when you're tracking in sand or dirt or whatever, because obviously we're not going to be taking our shoes off all the time when we come in here, that we don't want something that's going to wear out the floor and scratch the floor real bad. So I guess they have something that I think it's some type of like epoxy or something that they put over the floor, and or we talked about polishing the concrete. I mean, there's that idea, but that's fairly expensive. So we got one fan up, Dad's fan in his office. These two lights are actually going to be on one switch over here, and these three over here are actually going to be on my switch because we figured this light in the middle, we were debating on which switch to put it on, and we figured we put it on mine because I'll probably be in the office more late at night, basically, because really you're not going to have the lights on too much during the day. I mean, you will, but not as much as really is what you think. So, but since I'll be here mostly most of the time at night because of the video editing and everything, that we figured we'd put that light over there on this side. But anyways, we still got to hang my ceiling fan over there. Tomorrow, more than likely, we're going to cut the ceiling then and start painting the walls. You guys can comment down below what you think the color is going to be. So obviously we're probably going to start on the bathroom also, I would assume, depending on what we're going to do for color for that. So depending on, I don't know. Like I said, you know, OSB on these walls, the corrugated metal, you know, rough sawn oak, the wainscoting, all that in here. That's why those walls don't have drywall, and same with here, in here. So basically that's it, except I'm gonna hide the HDMI cables in here for the TV. Those cables are two 35-foot cables. Now obviously I really don't need 35 feet because there's a little bit right there. But it doesn't hurt to have a little bit of extra depending on what I decide to hook up besides the PC, because I'm just going to run two, because there's no reason to run more than that, and plus I really don't have room to run anything more besides two. Two's kind of pushing it over there. I'll have some like recessed box where I can just pull them in without them having to be hooked up to anything to just pull them right through the wall there. But anyways, the reason why I'm hiding those is just to make it look clean. You know, I could run it all the way along the floor and up against the wall, but I figured, you know what, the walls are already still open, and before we seal them up, I'll order those and get those here. They're like Monster, I think they're the Monster 4K Platinum Black cables. They're directional, so you want to make sure that you get these pointed or headed in the right direction, since this end actually tells you that this needs to be plugged into the TV on this end for the display, whereas that end over there gets plugged into whatever device you're plugging into, say PC, Apple TV, or whatever. Obviously, I'm not going to put Apple TV in here. That'll be on the bigger TV in the office to hook up the iPads or whatever, because a lot of the stuff we do, even outside of Pioneer, we do a lot of stuff on the iPads also. So that'll be real nice to do that. So otherwise, yeah, those cables were not cheap. I'm not going to talk price on those because those were very expensive. So you guys can look those up if you want them. So I guarantee you could find something a lot cheaper. But the only reason why I went with those is because well, not really lifetime warranty, but more the longevity of the cable and how nice they are, and basically looking into the future of what I would ever plug into those. So that's why. Anyways, that's basically it. In-floor heat, still not here. I was hoping this week. Still hoping this week. It is Wednesday. This video is releasing tomorrow, Thursday. So as you can see, we still have both heaters running. That small one is like junk. I don't know why we still have it plugged in. It doesn't really do a good job. So yeah, so hopefully this week. Still hoping on that. If not, definitely next week. That black pipe, if you guys don't remember, that's actually for the gas, the natural gas for the hot water heater and the stove over there, since I guess we're going to have a gas range stove instead of an electric range stove, which I could really care less which range or what type of range we have. But I guess we figured gas range, you know, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so that's actually the hole for the attic. If you guys don't remember, we were, you know, going up there to wire the lights and get that done. So anyways, that's basically it. I don't know, nothing really too exciting, except, I don't know, you can actually see how big the rooms are. So the meeting room is, actually I'll leave the light on for that. The meeting room is 19 or 20 by I would say about 20 something. I can't remember offhand. I didn't really measure for this, really. I know the kitchen's 13 wide by, I don't know, 10 something, 8 or 10. The offices are 12 by 18. A little bit under that just because of the walls. So anyways, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. If you want to check out anything before this, since I really didn't discuss what all is going on in here, check out the earlier videos. I discussed that very well. So don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Snapchat. I post a lot of pictures on both Instagram and Snapchat. Not so much on Instagram anymore, just because I'm backing off on that a little bit, just because it's winter time, but and not a lot's going on except for the office. But anyways, don't forget to follow me on both of those, Instagram and Snapchat, and probably, I'm guessing, I don't know, maybe this weekend, another video, maybe Saturday, Sunday, maybe, if not sometime next week for sure. So like I said, if I didn't mention it, we're going to be talking about that more than likely next week. I don't think, maybe this weekend, maybe, depending on what goes on. Like I said, weather dependent on the combine, what we're doing with that here in the next few days. Maybe this weekend, maybe next week. So anyways, catch you guys in the next video.